Welcome to my tarot card reading for May 2015, Aries. And this is my tarot. Let's start immediately with your reading, Aries. We have here Babalu, we have Iku, and we have Yemaya. Notice that Babalu is walking towards Iku and Yemaya. We have to remember that Yemaya represents that primordial water. In the Hindi system mythology, we have the churning of the seas, and if you know a little bit of mythology, then you will understand the symbolism behind the reading that I'm giving you today. And this is very interesting because it's announcing a very chaotic energy, because there is a lot of events going on that are molding or are going to mold the creation of a new event in your life. That's like when a woman is in labor. She has pain, intense pain, contractions, and symbolically that's what you're going to be experiencing. But this is the announcement of something new that is going to be born, that is going to start in your life. But before that new thing happens, you're going to experience that kind of energy, and that's what the tarot cards are saying. Iku, that is related with death, the angel of death, like the Reaper. And then Babalu, who is related with death, is letting us know that number one, this change of philosophy, this change of perception, this 108 degrees turn in your life is going to come. Number one, someone that is close to you dies, or someone that you love, like a family member, dies. Literally, that could bring a big change in life to you, a different perception in life. And it's going to be described like that. Is going to be like walking down the stairs into a basement without light. Is going to be like a traveling towards the unconscious. A lot of things are going to be opened up, and you're going to be faced with a lot of demons and skeletons, a lot of fears, that kind of psychological fabric I'm talking about. Then second, it could be a health issue that springs, that comes out, that you didn't have obviously before, and that is going to change your perception and dynamic about life. Okay, this is a very philosophical time for you, my dear Aries, a very spiritual awakening. But before you get to the end of the tunnel and see the light, there's going to be darkness, a lot of confusion, mental confusion, because we have Neptune Pisces here. It's going to be a very spiritual awakening for you, and it's going to be brought to you by the dynamic that I mentioned here. And if you know a little bit about Hindu mythology, you will understand about the churning of the ocean or the seas. Okay, the other way around is about contracts, relationships that come to an end in a very abrupt way, in a very surprising way, something that you were not expecting. And all that dynamic is going to change your life, is going to change your philosophy of life. Your way of thinking, analyzing, and understanding is going to be, symbolically speaking, is going to be chaotic. But in order to have something new created, you have to go into that predicament. Let's put it like this. We have here the Seven of Swords, Venus Aquarius, and then the Eight of Cups. And we have Venus Aquarius, and we have Neptune Pisces. There's going to be, first of all, a lot of confusion with all this dynamic, and this is something normal, something common. in a very negative way. All this might push you into depression, clinical depression. It might make you feel melancholic, sad, a little bit down, low spirit, low-willed. Venus is going to try to bring a little bit of balance in your life with this dynamic. It's trying to balance out all this shifting that you're going to experience. But Aquarius is letting us know that all this is related with objectives, visions and missions in life, your objectives, your goals. And we could say that also, spiritually speaking, that might be that someone from your family, a deceased member of your family, it could be your grandpa, your great whatever, some way, somehow is bringing all these changes in your life so you can go back to your spiritual path, your spiritual calling. This is a very, very spiritual reading, my dear Aries. That's why we have all this dynamic here, all these changes, this shifting is because of that. This is a very spiritual reading. There is a calling. If you are receiving a calling and you're listening to it, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. That's in a very spiritual level. On a materialistic level, it means that we are going to be experiencing a lot of suffering, a lot of shifting, where we are going to, obviously, we will be exposed to things that are scary in nature, psychologically and emotionally speaking, that are going to be very challenging for us, because we have to start from zero. But you are in Aries, and our Aries are the pioneers, the ones that open the doors, the ones that clear the way so the other ones from the zodiac can walk through it. So obviously you're going to be the first one in a huge jungle. Obviously you're going to face things that you haven't seen before in life, but that's your job, that's your calling, that's your spiritual nature, my dear Aries. Okay, and that's what the tarot cards are talking about. We have here the Six of Coins with Saint Mary Magdalene, the Papis, or the yes, the Papis, and is letting us know that there is some fear, apprehension of crossing over. Let's put it like that. There's an apprehension of going through that door of mysticism, metaphysics, esoteric stuff. This fear of facing our demons, our skeletons. This fear of facing what Carl Gustav Jung calls the shadow. Okay? This is going to be a very intense energy if you are aware psychologically, spiritually of what is going on. If you are aware, it's going to be even better because you understand the dynamic. If you are not aware spiritually, emotionally of what is going on, it's going to be a very scary experience for you. Okay? It's going to be loaded with a very yin-yang aspect, with the extremes. In a positive way, it means that you understand the nature of what the universe is doing to you, and you're welcoming that change. But if you don't welcome that change, then we're going to start experiencing what I already mentioned as the churning of the seas or the ocean. Okay? The number 6, if you're there to cross over, to face your fears, your demons, your skeletons, what Carl Gustav Jung calls the shadow, there's going to be, at the end of the tunnel, a gift for you, my dear Aries. May 2015.